Hello there, folks. Bunky here, aka your Lonely Achievement God, continuing our From 0 to 1000 Achievement Hunting series for Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc, the Anniversary Edition that released on the Xbox. As always, if you've been following along with me, this is the continuation of our spoiler full playthrough, and if you are looking for spoiler-free walkthrough or the text walkthrough that I'm using to make this video guide, check the video description to see the links. Those will bring you there. For those of you that have been following along with us so far, you should have 32 out of 38 achievements. The only ones we have left are for getting every other achievement, collecting every present, getting, I believe, all of the school mode endings is that one. There we go. Unlocking all the gallery items, destroying 100 and 500 white noise lines. We're going to do a little bit here before we jump into our third school mode playthrough to clean up some things. Excuse me. So we should have 999 coins. It's not absolutely necessary that you have the 999 right now, but if you do want to get there, feel free to go ahead and grind out one of the chapter trials if you desire to get to 999. What we need to do is we need to get a specific present out of the Mono machine. Now, you may have this, you may not. We're going to go into the school store and take a look here. We need present number 91, which is a man's fantasy. And as you can see here, we do not have it. It is a wooden wash tub with like what is it? A round wooden wash bin with a white towel that has a dot pattern hanging on it. And we need to get that. Now, if you have that, what you're going to do here is you're going to put in single coins until your repeat percent is at 85.32%. So for us who need the wash bin, a man's fantasy, we're going to just start putting in single coins until we get it, and then we're going to attempt to get to 85.32% for our repeat percentage in the bottom right there. If you already have the wash bin, start putting single coins in with us until you get to the 85.32% repeat percent. Excuse me, I'm sorry. So we're just going to be putting in single coins for a while. And we need to put in single coins until we get the wash bin. So if you go past the 85.32%, that's fine. Just keep putting the single coins in until you get it. I know this sucks, but we don't want to go any lower than... There it is right there. We just got it. We don't want to go any lower than 799 coins. And I know this sucks, but on the off chance you put in 200 single coins and do not get it, you're better off just reloading your save and doing it again. Excuse me. So now we're just going to keep putting in single coins until we get to the 85.32 repeat percentage, which we need 4 more new items to get there. I'm so sorry, my throat is awful right now. So again, the reason we are doing this and only doing single coins, because as you can see, if we put in 2 coins, our repeat percent only goes down by 1.08%. Putting in an extra coin is not worth the investment. It's better to just put single coins in. Or, if you can, max out your coins. And that's actually what we're going to be doing for the last couple of presents. Is we're just going to max out our coins so we're guaranteed to get a new item. But for now, we're just, again, putting in single coins until you get the wash bin. And once you get the wash bin, you're going to continue putting in single coins until you get to 85.32 in the repeat percent. So we need one more new item. And we'll be at 85.32%. Sorry about that. My analog is acting kind of funky. Go back to using the D-pad. You might have noticed I was trying to put a single coin in and it kept snapping back up fast enough to, I guess, think I was inputting up and then removing the coin I was putting in. And there we go. We got up to 85.32%. Again, make sure you have the man's fantasy, or a man's fantasy, which is the 91st present. You just need to have it. I don't believe you can actually give it as a gift to anyone anyways, but I think if you did have it and got rid of it, then you can still get the cutscene that we need. I don't have 100% confirmation on that, but if you've been following along with me, even if you did get this, it's not one of the loved or liked gifts for anyone, so you wouldn't have tried to give it away anyways. So make sure you get this, and make sure you get your repeat percent to 85.32%, and I apologize, but now you need to do some math. So get out your calculator, and what you need to do is you need to subtract 799 from the amount of coins that we currently have. Whatever that is for you is going to be different than mine. So for myself, we're going to take 967 and subtract 799. That'll give us 168. 168 divided by 2 is 84. Now, if you get like an odd number here, so say that say that our total was 169. Sorry about that. I had to open up my calculator history. I couldn't remember the number. Say that our number is 169. So if we divided that by 2, it would be 84.5. So what you would do if you get a 0.5 is you're going to take one spin with the amount of coins that are less than the 0.5. So if you have 84.5, you're going to do one spin with 84 coins, and then a second spin with 85 coins. So in our case, we're going to do 2 spins at 84. And that'll get us down to 79. And in fact, we actually don't even need to do that. If you do get to this point where you actually have more coins than you need, you just do a maximum to get a repeat percent. So 80 coins will get us a brand new item. We're just going to do that. Or if you have less than that, just do the math like I've been telling you to. I know this is a bit confusing here, but as you can see, we put in a bunch of coins. The machine goes nuts. You have a far higher potential to get lucky items the more coins you put in. So you may get more than one single new item when you do this. But once you get your first spin, as you saw, sorry, I went too quickly there. Getting one new item should get you up to 8640, and then do it again. And that'll get us to 8748. And if you don't get these items, if for some reason you've used up a ton of coins trying to get the A Man's Fantasy or the other, whatever it is, don't worry about it. You have some wiggle room at the end. It's not that big of a deal. Just make sure you're down to 799 coins. So I'm going to do a third spin here with 7 coins. If we get a new item, great. If we don't, it's no big deal. Again, you should finish with 799 coins. Hopefully you're at 87.48 repeat percent. If not, at the very least, you will be at 85.32%. And you should have the A Man's Fantasy item, so we're going to back out of here. Go ahead and save over the save, just so you have all the coins saved. You don't have to do that again. And we need to play through Chapter 3, so go ahead and hit Chapter Select, go to Chapter 3, and start from Chapter Beginning. The logic and action difficulty don't really matter, but we're going to pick Gentle just to be safe. And then hit yes to start the chapter. We need to reach that point in the story I mentioned on our story playthrough. As we get the picture of Hina there, craving donuts. At one point in the story, we all come out of the bathhouse, and the women go back in. And Makoto is like, if only I had courage. Well, now we have the item that gives him courage, so we get to be a lewd person and sneak in on the women. Because that has to be part of any visual novel, I think. I think it's a requirement, really. But we're going to go ahead and run through everything real quick. We go to the dining hall automatically. I believe we will eventually split up to search the school, because we're just after a trial. I think the Mondo and Chihiro trial. And so we need to look around. And examine the new floor. So we're going to leave the room first. Go ahead, open your map, and go up to the 3rd floor. Excuse me, go to the 2nd floor. Teleport to the hallway here. I'm sorry about that. And then run forward and to the left to get to the stairs to the 3rd floor. We're going to enter the first door on our right, which is the rec room. Get some dialogue. Back out. We're going to run all the way down the hallway to the art room. Once we get in here, we're going to chat with Hifumi. And then we'll have to react to sculpting tools, excuse me. And we're going to examine the back door to head into the repository. Just like before, you're going to find a picture on the ground. So examine the picture, get a little background there. Once he takes the picture, you can just back out. Back out of the art room, and then we're going to turn to our right, run down this hallway. Again, the stairs to the 4th floor on the right, but we're going to go left to the physics lab. Go ahead and chat with Taka here, who's still reeling from Mondo's death. Examine the giant machine. We got some mono coins there. We actually got 3 of them because we had Celeste's skill. That gives you 3 mono coins for every one you find. So it messes up our coins a little bit, but don't worry. Just move your camera so you can examine the camera on the table. And then examine the doorway at the back to go to, I can't remember what they call this room. Just the equipment room? Storage room? The equipment room. We'll talk to Jack here, and we'll automatically leave and go back to the dining room. Almost there. We have to talk to everyone here. So talk to Aoi first. Then we're going to chat with Hifumi and react to anime characters. We're going to talk to Sakura. Talk to Celeste, who might be hidden a bit behind Sakura there. We're going to talk to Kyoko. You don't have to talk to Jack. Go ahead and talk to Taka. And talk to Yasuhiro. That'll get Jack to leave. And now we're going to have a little bit of dialogue amongst everyone, and we're going to need to chat with Celeste again. So again, you may have to move your camera in order to interact with Celeste, and then react to bothering me. We are going to have to interact with Aoi again. So do that and react to the truth. This will automatically bring us to the changing room. So turn to the right and interact with the lockers here. And then we're going to examine the laptop after a bit of dialogue. So examine the laptop, and now you're going to have a bunch of dialogue that'll eventually bring you back into the bathhouse if you have the A Man's Fantasy gift / present. So, I mean, they discover alter ego in here, and they're all excited. There's no camera or listening devices to their knowledge in this room, so they use it as a safe house. They're having all this dialogue. And they get all excited and leave the room, and Monokuma's like, hey, what are you all excited about? And so the women come up with the story that, well, we won, so we get to take a spa together. Go into the spa together. And if you don't have this item, Makoto's like, well, I don't have the courage to peek. But because we have the A Man's Fantasy present, Makoto will convince himself that it's okay to do so, and you get to peek in on the women in the spa. So once you get control, just examine the gray double doors to your left, and you'll get the picture of the women in the spa. With the tightest towels that have ever existed. We'll go back into the dining hall, and eventually the women will show up, except for Toko, who I suppose died when she slipped and fell in the spa. I'm not entirely sure why she's in that picture, but she doesn't come to join us after. But whatever. Whatever it is, once we are back in here and the text pops up, we can actually open our handbook, go ahead and save over the slot we are in, and then return to the title. We don't have to do anything else. We've unlocked all of the gallery items. And just to confirm that, hit the A button, load up your save. You'll be brought to the main menu here. We're going to go into Extra, and we're going to go into Event Gallery. And if you just quickly go through everything, there should be a listing in every single slot. Except for potentially one. There may be one that we don't have yet. And actually, my bad. The one we don't have might be this one. If you don't have this one, this requires you to use the Mono Mono machine. And I'm going to cover that in more detail after our third playthrough. But the final present that we... once you complete the game, the escape button shows up as a possible gift from the Mono Mono machine. You may have gotten it already. It's just a button. And once you get that, it unlocks this second movie, Goodbye Despair Highway for all of us, which is what happens at the end of the school mode playthrough. So I think... I'm not sure if you have to complete the school mode playthrough in order for it to show up. I think you just have to complete the story. I'm pretty sure I actually unlocked this in our first run of the Mono Mono machine before we started our school mode playthrough. So you may not have that, and if you don't, that's why you're missing it. So we'll have to work on that before we buy all of these. But we're going to have to buy everything from the event, movie, artwork, and sound gallery, but we're not going to do that now. Feel free to take your 3 extra coins into the school store and use them to get back down to $9.99 again, or to $7.99, excuse me. It's a waste if you have them, because you're going to get 200 coins and you can't go past $9.99. So and there we go. With that done, we're all set to start our third school mode playthrough. So go ahead, and save over your last save slot, go to school mode, and hit continue. Once again, we can just hit yes to skip the opening, and it'll bring us to day 1. The quick checklist for our third playthrough is, once again, it's very similar, if not exactly the same as your first playthrough. Monokumas are your priority. Along with the Monokumas, you're going to start working on the Coke bottle glasses, then you'll try to get the 5 materials, tools, mom's warm milk, and any stat ups you need while searching every room to build up your materials for the Monokumas. And for free time, we're going to be doing Kiyotaka, Kyoko, Leon, Mondo, and Sayaka. We do Sayaka out of order because that way the last 3 classmates we need have perfect rooms, so our last playthrough goes relatively quickly. And again, we have the 58 trip sessions and tickets, but we only need 50, so there is a bit of room for a mistake or two. This will be our last full playthrough of school mode. But again, there isn't really anything different from playthrough 2. The only thing that's different is that our levels are better, so we'll be able to search and get more materials right off the bat. So day 1, we're going to start like we always do by searching for the same parts that we always need, because the Monokuma Casanova is always your first Monokuma. So we're going to move people around again. For the cleaners, have them work in the classroom, and have everyone else spread out along the physics lab, the art room, the garden, the data center, and the music room. And once you have everyone equally spread out, go ahead and just start searching for the day. Once you get to free time, we're going to be using our free time to start with Kiyotaka. So Kiyotaka is ahead on our left, but it's probably faster to get the headshot, so go ahead. Go ahead and save. We're going to make a new one here. But Kiyotaka does have a perfect room, so we don't necessarily need to save before every visit. We're going to bring Kiyotaka to the garden. And his affirmation, or his THHE, is affirmation at "Is it fair of me?" And the 3 dialogues we are looking for are "wanna walk around a bit," "look at those chickens," and "we can't eat these chickens." So again, if you get the THHE, I'll be telling you what that is every single time, and I'll be telling you all 3 dialogues every single time. That way you'll have them to reference. That'll get you to 1 heart with Taka, and we'll move on to day 2. Okay, and we've made it to day 2. Sorry about that. Had to pause the recording for a second, so my voice might sound a little bit different. So go ahead and double check to see if you can make either the Monokuma or the Coke bottle glasses today. We can't make either, but we don't need any more tree branches. We do still need pen lights. We need chisels. So we need chisels and pen lights and bags of screws. So I think everyone actually have no idea why I had people in the data center. That might be a mistake on my part. Nope, we needed aluminum cans. Okay, sorry about that. So we need pen lights, we need the chisels from the art room, So anyone that was on a 3-level room is going to stay on a 3-level room. Our 2 cleaners are going to return to cleaning, and everyone else is going to move around. So we'll have... That's how we'll maneuver things here. So once you have everyone set up where you need them, go ahead and search for the day. Again, we're going to spend time with Taka. We don't really need to save, although I do recommend saving every once in a while, just so if you do screw something up, you don't have to go back too far. But we're going to use a trip ticket and go to the garden. And again, after fire affirmation at is it fair of me or look for wanna walk around a bit. Look at those chickens and we can't eat these chickens. That'll get us to 2 hearts with Taka and move us on to day 3. So we can make our Monokuma, and we can make the Coke bottle glasses. So now we can start focusing on the 5 tools. Which again means that we need to spread out amongst the class, kitchen, library, physics lab, art room, nurse's office, garden, data center, and music room. Okay, so we'll double check our resources here. Is there anything we can make? I think we need 2 more Greek statues, don't we? Oop, I'm in the wrong menu. That would be why. Yep, we need 2 more Greek statues, so unfortunately we need some more aluminum cans for that. We need 5 welders, and we can make those. We need 5 steering wheels. We don't have enough to make that. And we need 5 books of poems. Which means we should be done with the music room. We're going to need more aluminum cans, so we either need the kitchen or the data center. And we still need the garden for rubber hoses, and we need box cutters as well. So other than the music room, I don't think we can cut out any of the rooms yet. So go back in here, have all your blue people rest. We're going to have... Actually, we still need people in the classroom, don't we? So what we're going to do is we're going to have our yellows come back to the library and have the other people we had in the class stay there. And we'll rest our blues and have our cleaners keep cleaning. Again, we're going to spend some time, we're going to take a trip with Taka. So use a trip ticket, go to the garden. Fire affirmation at is it fair of me / look for wanna walk around a bit, look at those chickens, or we can eat those chickens.
Listen to me.
This will get us to 3 hearts. Sorry about that, man, I can't talk. 3 hearts with Taka, and we'll move on to day 4. Again, by this point, you should have the glasses done and the Monokuma. Focus on the Monokuma. If not, otherwise, you can start working on the 5 tools as we already have. Always come back here and double check to see if you can make any of the tools. We got the triangle ruler, which means I think we might be done with the classroom. But we don't have enough rubber hoses for that, and we still need a chisel from the art room. So what we're going to do Because any of our people who were rested will go back into the rotation. I'm going to move some of these that we rested to the 2 health rooms. I don't know. Nope, I think we still need sci-fi novels, don't we? So let's do the library. I think we're done with the class, so we're going to move these 3 over to the library. We'll have 1 person in the nurse's office for now. I have those for resting. Our cleaners are still cleaning. We're good to go. Again, your setup is always going to be a little bit different than mine. We're going to go find Taka again. Use a trip ticket to the garden. Again, affirmation at is it fair of me or look for wanna walk around a bit. Look at those chickens. We can't eat those chickens. That gets you to 4 hearts with Taka and moves us on to day 5. So again, always jump in, see if you can make any of these. We can do the compendium. We still need light bulbs. Let's see if we can make a Greek statue. We can, so we can make the Mona Lisa. So we still need light bulbs, rubber hoses, Venus flytraps, and wrenches. Oh, wrenches from the physics lab. So that's my bad. We should have been working on the physics lab. We still need milk and aluminum cans for Mom's Warm Milk. So what we're going to do is nurse's office, garden, and the physics lab are the 3 places we need. We're just going to rest these 2 because I don't think I can put them anywhere without them fainting. Actually, no, we're good. So we'll move them to the physics lab. And we're actually going to go back in here because we were gifted a spirit bomb and we're going to use that on Junko so we don't have to rest her. And we're going to move Junko to the garden then. We'll move Toko and Hina there as well. We'll leave... we don't need the art room anymore, so we'll move Sayaka to the nurse's office. We'll move you to the physics lab. We'll move you to the physics lab. And we'll move you to the nurse's office. And I am going to leave Makoto in the data center to try to get us some more aluminum cans so we can make Mom's Warm Milk. But other than that, I think we're good. So let's go ahead and search. We got enough wrenches and small light bulbs, I can tell just from that. We got 4 aluminum cans. I don't think that's enough. That might have been a waste. Oh well. We'll go spend some more time with Taka. Take him on a trip to the garden again. Again, fire affirmation at is it fair of me or look for wanna walk around a bit, look at those chickens or we can't eat these chickens. This will get you 2 5 hearts with Taka. And again, always remember every once in a while to check the Monokuma to make sure that you are getting the proper amount of hearts for what you've selected. If you're following along with me, you shouldn't have any issues, but there's always the possibility that something went wrong. Today we need to make the Monokuma. Make sure that you have made one. If you haven't, you're going to have to reload an earlier save. So once you have one in the owned column there, you can press the B button and back out. If you can't make it, you'll have to reload one of your earlier saves and try again. Again, by this point, you have a pretty good idea of what's going on. I'm not going to try to drive home every, you know, every endpoint. We'll get a new Monokuma. You'll have to focus on making it however you can, because yours might be different than mine. Go into tools, make what we can. We just need steering wheels. And we can now make all of them. So first things first, we're going to focus on a Monokuma, and we need more milk. So let's take a look at our Monokuma here. We need 5 motors and 5 binary converters, right? So we're going to need notebooks. And soccer balls. But just looking at what we have here, I'm going to make 2 wheat breads. And I'm going to give them to my 2 cleaners so we don't lose them. And now we'll go back. We're going to divvy everyone up between the classroom and the gym. And start our searching. We're going to make a new save here because we're halfway through Taka. Use a trip ticket, go to the garden, and once again, affirmation at is it fair of me, or look for want to walk around a bit, look at those chickens, and we can't eat these chickens. That'll get you to 6 hearts with Taka and move us on to the next day. Again, for the next day, focus on your Monokuma. That should be your priority. And then working on the tools. Although I forgot that today is our day off. So we're going to have 2 more sessions with Taka. That is my bad. So go ahead, bring Taka on a trip to the garden. Again, fire affirmation at is it fair of me, and search for want to walk around a bit, look at those chickens, we can't eat these chickens. That gives us 7 hearts with Taka. Will send us back to our room, and we'll repeat the process. Use a trip ticket. Go to the garden. Again, fire affirmation at is it fair of me, or look for want to walk around a bit, look at those chickens, and we can eat these chickens. We got the trigger happy heart event, so we're going to be firing affirmation at is it fair of me. So go ahead, again, fire affirmation at is it fair of me, and that will get you an automatic +1, getting you 8 hearts with Taka and moving on to the next day. And as I said erroneously a day ago, focus on the Monokuma. That is the priority, as always. And then the tools are your second priority. And then if you do have all the tools done, as I do, you can start working on whatever remaining stat ups you need. Or Mom's Warm Milk might not be a bad idea as well. So we need some more milk. So we're going to move everyone to the kitchen. And we'll do a search with everyone in there. And that'll get us plenty of milk. We're going to go meet with someone. This will bring us to 9 hearts with Taka. Go to the garden. And of course, like always, fire affirmation at is it fair of me, or look for wanna walk around a bit, look at those chickens, and we can't eat those chickens, or these chickens, excuse me. This will get us to 9 hearts with Taka, and we'll move on to day 9. Again, Monokuma is the most important. Work on the tools. Mom's warm milk and stat up consumables are the other priorities. We can make a few of Mom's warm milk, so we're going to make as many as we can. We're just going to go ahead and use one of them because we're going to get enough materials to make up for it. So, with everyone fixed, we're going to go into the classroom and start doing our rotation through every classroom once that we have been doing. Again, I recommend doing this first before you focus on the stat ups. And this is our last day for Taka. So if you have not gotten the Trigger Happy Heart event, you're going to make a save here. And you are going to reload that save until the Trigger Happy Heart event triggers. We already have it, so I don't have to worry about that. So again, reload until you get the Trigger Happy Heart event if you haven't gotten it already, because it's required to trigger the school mode ending. Otherwise, if you do get THHE, fire affirmation at is it fair of me, or look for wanna walk around a bit, look at those chickens, and we can eat these chickens. However you get there, that will get you 10 hearts with Taka, and we'll move on to our next classmate. Unfortunately, our next classmate is Kyoko, and she does not have a perfect rim, so we're going to have to do that save load nonsense. But now we just need to keep going to all of the rooms at once. We already did the kitchen, so we'll move on to the library next. And now we're going to start spending time with Kyoko. Kyoko has, her best room is the dining hall. So go ahead and we'll teleport to her. And unfortunately, we're going to have to save every time because of her not having a perfect room. So use a trip ticket, go to the dining hall. For the Trigger Happy Heart event, we're looking for fire negation at there's nothing I can do, or look for would you like some coffee and do you know how to cook? And of course, it's not there. So we'll have to load. And repeat the process until we get one of the +1 texts. Do you know how to cook is here, so we'll get our +1 option. Would you like some coffee is the other one, and then of course fire negation at there's nothing I can do. If you do get the THHE. 3 of the last 4 classmates on this run don't have a perfect room, so it's going to be a bit of a slog. Monokuma gave us a free cheat sheet, so we're going to give it to Toko. And then, just like before, focus on the Monokuma, then the tools, then Enough to get you 1 or 2 Mom's Warm Milks, and then start rotating through all of the rooms once with all of your classmates. Day 2 with Kyoko. Go ahead and save before you interact with her. And again, fire negation at there's nothing I can do, and look for would you like some coffee or do you know how to cook? Almost saved there, don't do that. I really hope for the trigger Happy Heart event to trigger like 3 or 4 times when we have the characters without perfect rims. It saves a lot of hassle. Again, negation at there's nothing I can do. Would you like some coffee? Do you know how to cook? That'll get us to 2 hearts with Kyoko. And we'll move on to day 12. Day 12 is the last day for your Monokuma. If you can't make it, it's the last day to search for your Monokuma. So that should be your priority, but you should already have it made by now. So we need the motors and the binary converter, and we can make the Monokuma. As far as everything else goes, we're just going to keep making our way through our rooms. Again, go take Kyoko on a trip. Oh, that's my bad. You can back out of this menu. We need to save before we go in with her. Use a trip ticket. Go to the dining hall. Negation at there's nothing I can do. Would you like some coffee? Do you know how to cook? Fire negation at there's nothing I can do. Would you like some coffee? Do you know how to cook? That'll get you to 3 hearts with Kyoko and move us on to the next day. Again, you have to turn in your Monokuma today, so if you haven't made it and you can't make it, you're going to have to reload an earlier save to try to get the materials you need. But at this point, making the Monokumas isn't that much of a struggle because of our levels, so just make sure you have a 1 in the owned column for your Monokuma, and then you can press B to back out. Monokuma will give you your trip tickets, and you will be given your next Monokuma, which will probably be different from mine. So let's go in and see if we can make our next one. We need 10 gas burners. We need some syringes, but I think we're going into that room next. Yep, so we'll just move everyone to the nurse's office and start the searching for the day. And we got more than enough syringes out of that. Again, we're going to go to Kyoko and save. Use a trip ticket. Go to the dining hall. Negation at there's nothing I can do. Would you like some coffee? Do you know how to cook? That gets us to 4 hearts with Kyoko, and we'll move on to day 14. And the priorities for every day are going to be the same now. Do your Monokuma first. Focus on your tools. If you haven't been able to finish them, though you should have them all done by now. So start going through every room one by one. Except we got our day off. I keep forgetting about those. So we're going to go meet with Kyoko 2 more times. Make our first save here. Negation at there's nothing I can do, and would you like some coffee or do you know how to cook? That'll get us to 5 hearts with Kyoko, and then we'll get to move on to our next free time session. Sorry about that, wrong button. We're going to save in a new slot here. Again, negation at there's nothing I can do. Would you like some coffee? Do you know how to cook? That gets us to 6 hearts with Kyoko and moves us on to day 15. As I've already said, priorities are the same. Monokuma, tools, mom's warm milk, and then having your class search each room together. So we're going to move everyone up to the garden next, because we can go in and make our last 4 gas burners and finish our Monokuma. With that done, all you really have to worry about now is making some more mom's warm milk. So feel free to make a couple more. We're actually going to be searching in the garden, and then the next day we go to the data center, which will get us more aluminum cans, and we should be able to make all the mom's warm milk we will need for the rest of our playthrough. So have everyone search wherever you need. We'll go hang out with Kyoko. I actually forgot to show Monokuma, so let's go ahead and do that. You'll see Taka is up to 10 hearts, and we are at 6 with Kyoko. And the little heart medals are by your other classmates that you've already got the ending for. So use a trip ticket, go to the dining hall. Negation at there's nothing I can do. Would you like some coffee? Do you know how to cook? That'll get us to 7 hearts with Kyoko, and we'll move on to day 16. Go in, you're probably going to need a mom's warm milk. Or at the very least I do, so we're going to make one. And then we'll move everyone to the data center. Go hang out with Kyoko. So use a trip ticket to the dining hall. Again, negation at there's nothing I can do, or would you like some coffee / do you know how to cook? Didn't get any of them, so we're going to have to load our save. We were on a nice run there. At least it hasn't been as bad as Byakuya was. And we got the Trigger Happy Heart event, so we're going to be firing negation at there's nothing I can do. Otherwise, you can look for would you like some coffee or do you know how to cook? So again, we're going to switch over to the negation bullet. And we're going to fire it when she says there's nothing I can do. That'll get us an automatic +1 and get us to 8 hearts with Kyoko, and eventually we'll go back to our room and wake up on day 17. So that gives us enough aluminum cans to make our mom's warm milk. We have about 30 days of searching left, which is probably 8 mom's warm milk. So we're going to make 2 more just to be safe. And then we'll be done with that. And all of our other materials can just go to searching. So we'll move on to the music room. And I mean, the rest of this is a piece of cake. You shouldn't really even need my direction for the searching at this point. We are on our 9th day with Kyoko, or our 9th trip, so... And we've gotten fairly lucky. Holy crap, fairly lucky. In that we've gotten the trigger happy heart events within the 10 hearts and haven't had to save load on that last one over and over again. I have had that happen before. So if you do get the THHE, fire negation at there's nothing I can do. Otherwise, we're looking for would you like some coffee or do you know how to cook? And that will get you to 9 hearts with Kyoko and move us on to day 18. We'll move everyone to the gym. And that'll complete 1 rotation through. And this is our last session with Kyoko, so make sure that you save before you hang out with her. And if you have not gotten the Trigger Happy Heart event, you need to make sure you get it here. So just save and reload the save until you get it if you haven't gotten it. We already have, so I don't need to do that, but we still need to make sure we get the right dialogue. So, fire negation at there's nothing I can do, or would you like some coffee / do you know how to cook? And that will get you to 10 hearts with Kyoko, and we'll move on to day 19. Day 19 is the last day for you to search for your Monokuma, so of course prioritize that, or although it should probably already be done. And now you can go double check how many cheat sheets you can make. We can make 2 and we need oil paints. So we're going to move everyone to the art room. We'll heal everyone up, and then we'll use our 2 cheat sheets on Aoi and Leon, and we only need 2 more. So let's go ahead and start searching for the day. Excuse me. Sorry about that. We're going to go meet with someone. We're going to start Leon. Unfortunately, Leon also does not have a perfect room, so we're going to have to save in front of Leon. For Leon, we're going to be taking him to the library. For Trigger Happy Heart event, you're looking at firing negation at keep it hidden from everyone else till this is all over, and looking for I'm getting kinda sleepy or I just want to read comics. And that'll get you to 1 heart with Leon and move us on to day 20. We'll have to turn in our Monokuma today. So make sure that you have the Monokuma done. If you cannot make a Monokuma, you'll have to reload an earlier save. But once you have the one in the owned column, you can press B to back out. We'll get our trip tickets, and we'll get our new Monokuma. Again, probably different than mine, but it might be the same. Either way, that's our primary focus now. So we need 10 secret books of poems. And we need 20 paint. And we're going to make 21 of them. Just for the heck of it. And then we'll make our Momokuma. Moe? I don't know. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm not hip. But we can make our Monokuma, so we're going to do so and get that out of the way. We can go make 2 more cheat sheets, and that's it for us. We have no more stat ups required. All of our searching is up to 9. All of our cleaning is up to 9. If you really want to, you can keep having everyone, making cheat sheets to get Yasuhiro and Chihiro's up to 9, or the cleaning maestros to get everyone maxed out at 9, if that's what you want to do. But really, from this point on, all you need to do is have everyone's search rooms over and over again. So, that's what we're going to do. Start with the class and one by run, go across the room rotation over and over again. That's all we really need to do now. Work on the Monokumas and keep searching in different rooms every day. So, we're going to go meet with Leon. Before we do that, though, we're going to double check that we got to 10 hearts with Kyoko. There, she's up to 10 hearts. And now we'll fast travel over to Leon and continue our wonderful save load. Use a trip ticket, take Leon to the library. Again, negation it, keep it hidden from everyone else, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to read that entire one every time. Or look for I'm getting kind of sleepy and I just want to read comics. That'll get you to 2 hearts with Leon, and we move to day 21, which is a day off, so we'll have 2 more sessions with Leon. Kind of just wish they had us pop into the hallway instead of having us go to our dorm room. Because you could just have us pop into the hallway and say, do you want to hang out or go back to your room? Yeah, I know. Would save a slight loading screen. May have double saved there. I don't know. Lost my thought process. Use a trip ticket. Go to the library. Again, fire negation at keep it hidden from everyone else. Or look for I'm getting kind of sleepy or I just want to read comics. That gets us to 3 hearts with Leon, and we'll move on to our next free time where we can do it all again. Use a trip ticket. Go to the library. Again, negation at keep it hidden from everyone else, ... I'm getting kind of sleepy. I just want to read comics. That gets us to 4 hearts with Leon and moves us to day 22. Again, the Monokuma should be your priority. Any stat up items you still need at this point are probably where you're at. But if you're done with that, we're just going to keep moving our searchers to the next room. We'll go meet with Leon again. Oops, talk to him without saving. That is my bad. Take Leon to the library. And again, negation at keep it hidden from everyone else, ... I'm getting kind of sleepy. I just want to read comics. Having a good run with Leon here, knock on wood. That gets us to 5 hearts with him. And we'll move on to day 23. Yeah. And again, if you still need to make something, prioritize whatever you need to make. At this point, I have nothing else to do, so we're just moving our characters to the next room every day and healing whenever needed. We're going to hang out with Leon again. So use a trip ticket, go to the library. Negation at keep it hidden from everyone else, ... I'm getting kind of sleepy, I just want to read comics. That'll get us to 6 hearts with Leon and move us on to day 24. Again, Monokuma should be your priority. Otherwise, any stat up items you still need, or just moving your entire class from room to room, as I'm doing right now. We're going to go meet with Leon again. Go ahead and use a trip ticket and take him to the library. Negation at keep it hidden from everyone else, ... I'm getting kind of sleepy, I just want to read comics. That'll get us to 7 hearts with Leon, and again, knock on wood, we're having some pretty good luck with Leon here. And we'll move on to day 25, the halfway point. Really, day 26 is more the halfway point, but hey. Got a couple of spirit bombs. Oh, we got one. Well, we're going to use it. No sense in having them and not using them. Nothing else to do except to move on to the next room. My bad, I almost started there. Go spend more time with Leon, but we have to save, of course. Use a trip ticket, go to the library. Library. Negation at keep it hidden from everyone else, ... or look for I'm getting kind of sleepy, or I just want to read comics. Unfortunately, that's the first time it hasn't worked for us. Not a bad ratio, though. Can't be too upset. You never expect to get all 10 on an imperfect room without having to reload. So we'll reload and keep trying it out until we get it. Again, take him to the library. Negation at keep it hidden from everyone else, ... I'm getting kind of sleepy, I just want to read comic books. Or I just want to read comics, excuse me. So that'll get us to 8 hearts with Leon and move us on to day 26. Day 26 is the last day to search for the Monokuma, so keep that in mind, although again you should already have it completed by now with the levels we are at. That shouldn't be any trouble. We're going to move everyone over to the Nursel's office. Oop. But we're going to back out here. We're going to use some of our lesser healing items to get people healed up so we don't have to use a mom's warm milk. And once you make sure you have your Monokuma made, feel free to save if you want to again and have everyone start working. Gonna go spend some time with Leon. That'll get us hopefully to 9 hearts. Use a trip ticket. We'll go to the library. Again, negation at keep it hidden from everyone else, .. / I'm getting kind of sleepy, or I just want to read comics. We didn't get any of those, so we're going to have to reload. Trip ticket to the library, negation, keep it hidden from everyone else, hidden from everyone else, .. And we did get the THHE here, so we're going to fire negation at keep it hidden from everyone else. Otherwise, look for I'm getting kind of sleepy, or I just want to read comics. So again, we'll have to use the left bumper to choose the negation bullet. And then we're going to fire it when he says keep it hidden from everyone else till this is all over. Doing so will get you to 9 hearts with Leon and move you to day 27. Again, this is the day you turn in your Monokuma, so make sure you're able to do that. If you are not able to put a 1 in that Monokuma column, you will have to reload an earlier save in order to do that, because we need all of the trip tickets on this run. So once you have a 1 in the owned column, back out. If you can't, again, you're going to have to just advance and reload an earlier save. You'll get a new Monokuma. Yours will probably be different from mine. We're going to go in and see if we can make it. We need 5 Greek statues. We need 20 stainless steel sheeting. And we need 10 power saws. And of course, we can make it right off the bat, so that's what we're going to do. And we will return to our daily movement. We'll move everyone to the garden, but I think we're going to go ahead and use one of Mom's warm milks before we advance. And then we'll begin searching for the day. We're going to go meet with someone. If you notice there, we only got 8 Venus flytraps, and I think that's kind of weird. Because as I said, the difference between like level 7 and level 9, we were using level 7 and 8 people and getting, 15 to 20 of the rarest items. We have everyone at level 9, and we only got 8 of them. So I'm not entirely sure. It's completely randomized, so you might have an easier time than I did or a worse time than I did. That's why leveling up isn't as important as knowing exactly where to search. This is our last day with Leon, so make sure that you save. If you have not gotten the Trigger Happy Heart event, you're going to have to reload this save until you get it. So bring him to the library. Make sure you get the THHE. If you have not gotten it, you need to reload this save until you do. If that does pop up, fire negation at keep it hidden from everyone else, ... Or I'm getting kind of sleepy, I just want to read comics, and we do not have any of those, so we're going to reload. So take him on a trip to the library. Again, fire negation. I keep it hidden from everyone else. ... I'm getting kind of sleepy. I just want to read comics. There we go. That'll get us to 10 hearts with Leon, and we are done. Also, I lied. All the remaining 2 people also don't have perfect rooms, so that's my bad, but we're trying to get that out of the way so that our last playthrough is significantly easy. The remaining 3 classmates all have a perfect room, so day 28, our day off. Just do a quick check to make sure that Leon got up to 10 hearts. And we are going to do Mondo next. And unfortunately, we're going to have to save. So for Mondo, we're going to use a trip ticket and go to the dining hall. Again, if the THHE triggers, fire negation at laugh at me. Otherwise, we're looking for want something to drink or how do you get your hair to do that. Unfortunately, we don't have them there. This is going to be the revenge of the game, and we're going to have to reload like 30 times for Mondo, probably. Oop, accidentally backed out. That's my fault. Sorry about that. Once you get in the habit of pressing buttons, then if you're not paying attention, you sometimes press the wrong buttons. So again, use a trip ticket, go to the dining hall, negation at laugh at me, want something to drink, how do you get your hair to do that? That'll get us to 1 heart with Mondo. And we'll be sent back to our dorm to choose to do this all again. So again, make sure you save. Go on a trip to the dining hall. Negation at laugh at me. Want something to drink. How do you get your hair to do that? And that will get you to 2 hearts with Mondo and move you on to day 29. And again, make sure you can make the Monokuma if you haven't already. Otherwise, we're just going to keep moving everyone from room to room. Building up our materials as we go along, healing when we need to. Again, we'll spend some time with Mondo. Go ahead and use a trip ticket and bring him to the dining hall. Negation at laugh at me. Want something to drink. How do you get your hair to do that? That'll get you to 3 hearts with Mondo, and we'll move on to day 30. Again, Monokuma should be your priority, otherwise just keep switching everyone to whatever room. To build up your materials. And that's basically all you're going to be doing for the rest of this. Again, we'll go hang out with Mondo. Trip ticket to the dining hall. Negation at laugh at me. Want something to drink. How do you get your hair to do that? And that will get us to 4 hearts with Mondo.
This is a school announcement.
So again, if you've made the Monokuma, just keep moving everyone around across rooms. We got a few people that need to be healed, it looked like, so let's use some of our sandwiches. Go meet with someone. Of course it's going to be Mondo. I actually forgot what day we're on. I think we're on 31 now. Go to the dining hall with him. Again, negation at laugh at me. Want something to drink. How do you get your hair to do that? And I believe this gets us to 4 hearts with Mondo. I actually made a mistake in my guide here, so I'm not entirely sure. Gonna have to go back and correct that. What day are we on? We're down now. We're to day 32. So yeah, I screwed something up here. So that might have been 5 hearts with Mondo. We'll double check here. Again, Monokuma should be the priority. Otherwise, we're just gonna have everyone restart the cycle of rooms. It's easier to do this than to have everyone in a different room because of the mom's warm milk. Of course, you can. Oh, I may have just killed a bunch of our people. Well, that's why we save, folks, so we can reload. There was a bit of an error in my guide here, and that threw me off completely. So, we're back on day 31. We're gonna, again, fire negation at laugh at me. Want something to drink. How do you get your hair to do that? And we'll double check where we're at. If that's 4 or 5 hearts, I don't remember. I killed the entire class. I can't believe I did that. And that's why we save regularly. Okay, let's go and heal everyone this time. And we'll move everyone to the class. Sorry about that. And we are on day 32 now. So we'll set tasks, get everyone working on whatever they need to. Can't believe I murdered our entire class. And the reason that was bad is because it knocked Makoto out, which means Makoto can't do any free time sessions with which, you know, really we could have survived it, but not worth trying to go around it. We have the saves for a reason. So let's go ahead. We're on day 32. Mondo is at 5 hearts, so this would get us to 6 today. So, yeah, I don't know where I screwed up my guide, but something was screwed up there. Not really anything related to, you know, substance, just I had the days out of order, or missed putting a day in somewhere. So we're going to hang out with Mondo's trip ticket, dining hall, negation at laugh at me, or want something to drink / how do you get your hair to do that? And that'll get you to 6 hearts with Mondo, and we'll move on to day 33. Okay, folks, this is the last day that you can make your Monokuma. Excuse me, the last day you can search for the items to make your Monokuma, so make sure you have the ability to make it. Feel free to save if you're worried about it. Otherwise, you can continue doing what we've been doing. And again, really, you could just have everyone search the same room or have everyone rest until the next Monokuma if you really want to do that, but this just make it a little bit easier. You would have enough searching power to be able to complete any of the Monokumas should you want to rest after completing the previous one until the next one pops up, but it's easier to just move everyone, and that way you basically guarantee you have all the resources you'll need for whatever the next Monokuma is. So we're going to continue hanging out with Mondo. I did go back real quick and fixed my guide, so that will be fixed for those of you following the text or for anyone who may want to reference the text. We're going to use a trip ticket, take him to the dining hall. Again, negation at laugh at me or look for want something to drink / how do you get your hair to do that. We got the Trigger Happy Heart event, so we're going to switch our bullet to negation. And then when he says laugh at me, we'll fire negation. That'll get us an automatic +1 and get us to 7 hearts. Again, if you need the dialogue, it's what want something to drink or how do you get your hair to do that. Now, 7 hearts with Mondo, we'll move on to day 34. Again, you have to make your Monokuma today, so get that +1 to Monokuma. That 1 in the owned column. If you cannot do so, you'll have to reload an earlier save and try again, because we need the trip tickets. But if you do have the 1 in the owned column, press the B button to submit it. You'll get your trip tickets, and we'll move on to the penultimate Monokuma. Again, might be different from mine. Whatever you got, we'll be focusing on it right away. Go into Construct and see what we need. We need 20 microchips. We need 30 gas burners and 30 welders. And if you haven't already, make sure you make 1 paint. I told you to do that earlier, but make sure you have 1. That way, if you do need the 50 paint for the last Monokuma, you can max out your watercolor paints and be able to make it. As you can see, we have our watercolor paints maxed right now. So if we needed to make 50, we could only make 49, and we'd have to go back searching another day. It'll save you a little bit of time, not a whole lot. But we're going to be able to make the Monokuma, and then we're just going to continue moving everyone from room to room. We're going to go meet with Mondo. Use a trip ticket, take him to the dining hall. Again, negation at laugh at me or look for want something to drink / how do you get your hair to do that. We got the THH again, so we're going to fire the negation bullet when he says laugh at me, and that's the very last capsule, which we remember from doing this last time. And again, that'll get you a +1 to Mondo's hearts, getting us to 8 and moving on to the next day, which is day 35, a day off. So we'll have 2 free time sessions to get Mondo to 10. So we'll go meet with Mondo for our first session. Trip ticket to the dining hall. Again, fire negation at laugh at me or look for want something to drink / how do you get your hair to do that. That'll get us to 9 hearts and send us back to our room for our second free time session. And this is our final session with Mondo. So again, if you have not gotten the Trigger Happy Heart event, you need to save in front of him and then keep reloading until the THHE event triggers, because it is required for the school mode ending. So we already have it, so we just need to get a +1 however, but again, you'll need to reload to get that THHE if you haven't gotten it already. Negation at laugh at me. Otherwise, we're looking for want something to drink or how do you get your hair to do that. And that's going to get us to 10 hearts with Mondo and send us to day 36. And again, I made a little note of this earlier, but we're skipping alphabetical order and we're going to do Sayaka to end because Sayaka also doesn't have a perfect room and she is the last one that doesn't. So we're just going to get that out of the way so that our final playthrough is a cakewalk, really. Again, make sure you can make them on Akuma, otherwise you just keep running your characters across each of the rooms to build up your materials. So once we agree to spend time with someone, turn to your left, talk to Monokuma, make sure that you got 10 hearts with Mondo. And there you go, we're up to 10. And now we're going to work on Sayaka. And we're going to have to save every time with Sayaka because she doesn't have a perfect room. Again, we're just going to take her to the dining hall, so use a trip ticket, go to the dining hall. For the THHE, you'll fire negation at being a nuisance. Otherwise, we're looking for let's make lunch and go eat somewhere or want something to drink. That'll get us to 1 heart with Sayaka, and we'll move on to day 37. Again, make them on Akuma if you haven't already. Otherwise, just keep moving your classmates to the next room. And again, if you still need stat ups or whatever, work on those. But by this point, you probably should have the stat ups done and can just jump to whatever room you need to for Monokumas or do the rotation like we're doing. Go hang out with Sayaka. Use a trip ticket, go to the dining hall. Again, negation at being a nuisance or look for let's make lunch and go eat somewhere or want something to drink. Unfortunately, none of those are available, so we have to reload our save and try again. Excuse me. So use your trip ticket, dining hall, negation at being a nuisance, let's make lunch and go eat somewhere, want something to drink. Oh, are you going to be a Byakuya? That would be incredibly rude for our last time. Come on, game, I'm trying to make a guide here. It's very rude not to work perfectly. So again, negation at being a nuisance. Let's make lunch and go eat somewhere. Want something to drink. And that'll get you to 2 hearts with Sayaka, and we'll move on to day 38. Again, focus on the Monokuma, otherwise just move everyone to the next room. Trip ticket to the dining hall. Negation at being a nuisance, or let's make a lunch and go eat somewhere / want something to drink. That'll get us to 3 hearts with Sayaka and move us on to day 39. Again, the Monokuma is the priority, otherwise do whatever you've been doing. Hey, you gave us a cheat sheet. Well, guess what, Yasuhiro? Now you are better at searching. We might as well use a mom's warm milk. And we'll just keep moving everyone to the next room. We'll go meet with Sayaka. Trip ticket to the dining hall. Negation at being a nuisance, or look for let's make lunch and go eat somewhere / want something to drink.
Listen.
Honestly, it seems really weird to me that Sayaka doesn't have a perfect rim. Kinda seems like she was supposed to be the tutorial character, so... Well, literally everything you do with her should make her very happy. I don't know. If you had told me that there were perfect characters, I would have bet money that Sayaka would have been one of them. But again, fire negation at being a nuisance, or let's make lunch and go eat somewhere / want something to drink. This will get us to 4 hearts with Sayaka and move us to day 40. Day 40 is the final day to search for materials for your Monokuma, so of course prioritize that if you somehow haven't already made it. That is your priority. We need the trip tickets. So just make sure you have a 1 in the owned column, otherwise we're just going to keep moving everyone to the next room in the rotation. We'll go meet with Sayaka, bring her on a trip to the dining room. Negation at being a nuisance. Let's make lunch and go eat somewhere / want something to drink. And that will get you to 5 hearts with Sayaka and move us on to day 41. Day 41 will have us turn in our previous Monokuma and give us our new one. Obviously, this is the priority. We need to finish this one in order to get the 200 coins at the end. So once you have the 1 in the owned column, press B to back out. If you can't make it, you're going to have to reload an earlier save. We'll get the trip tickets, and we'll get our next and final Monokuma, which I think is always the same, the Warlock Kuma. Go ahead and see if you can construct it. We need 10 Greek statues. We need 20 microchips. We need 30 secret books of poems. And we need 50 paint, which is why we already made one paint. Because now we can make all 50 and be done with our Monokuma. And there you go. We can make our final Monokuma, and we don't have to do anything else the rest of the way. We've made our Monokuma. We don't have to search or do anything. So since our levels are maxed, we don't have to worry about experience. So what I'm going to do is actually just have everyone clean. And everyone's just going to clean every day. And we'll heal everyone with Mom's warm milk if we need to, but otherwise there's nothing else for us to do. We'll go hang out with Sayaka. Again, make sure you are saving. Use a trip ticket, go to the dining hall. Negation at being a nuisance, or look for let's make lunch and go eat somewhere / want something to drink. Well, so far she's not being a Byakuya, but she's not being very kind to us. Trip ticket, dining hall, negation at being a nuisance, let's make lunch and go eat somewhere, want something to drink. That'll get us to 6 hearts with Sayaka and move us to day 42, which is a day off. So we'll have 2 more free time sessions with Sayaka. So use a trip ticket, dining hall, again, negation at being a nuisance, or look for let's make lunch and go eat somewhere / want something to drink. That'll get you to 7 hearts with Sayaka and move us on to the next free time. So again, we're going to go meet with Sayaka. Trip ticket to the dining hall, negation at being a nuisance, let's make lunch and go eat somewhere, or want something to drink. And that gets us to 8 hearts with Sayaka, and it'll move us to day 43. Again, if you still need to make the Monokuma, prioritize that. Otherwise, there's nothing else for you to do. Do whatever you want. We're going to give everyone a mom's warm milk. And we've made our Monokuma, so we're just going to clean. We'll go meet with Sayaka. Trip ticket to the dining hall. Again, negation at being a nuisance, or let's make lunch and go eat somewhere / want something to drink. that is the trigger Happy Heart event for us, so we're going to select the negation bullet. So hit left bumper to switch to negation. And we're going to fire it at being a nuisance. Doing that properly will get us +1. Again, if you need the statements, they are let's make lunch and go eat somewhere or want something to drink. And that'll get you to 9 hearts with Sayaka and move us on to day 44. Again, for day 44, Monokuma is really the only thing you need to focus on. If you still have stat items you need, you can work on them, but otherwise, you're more than likely already into the end game of your run. Everyone should be at about level 9. Again, I just like to double check. We got our Monokuma, and we'll start having everyone clean. And this is going to be our last day of trips with a classmate on this run, and our last day with an imperfect room. Isn't that great? So if you haven't gotten the Trigger Happy Heart event with Sayaka, you have to save here and reload until you get it so you can get her school mode ending. Otherwise, use a trip ticket, go to the dining hall. Again, fire negation at being a nuisance. Let's make lunch and go eat somewhere or want something to drink. And that'll get us to 10 hearts with Sayaka. Again, reload your save if you need the Trigger Happy Heart event. But that gives us to 10 hearts, and we honestly have nothing to do now to the rest of the game. So we'll just have everyone clean. Man, Sayaka's felt good 2 days in a row, I guess, because we maxed out her relationship. Again, double check you got the Monokuma. Otherwise, have everyone clean or do whatever you want. Byakuya is stuck in one place to clean. It's kind of interesting. When you have free time, go meet with someone, but we're just doing this to double check that everyone is at 10 hearts. There you go, Sayaka's at 10 hearts. We have all 5 of our classmates from this playthrough at 10 hearts, so we're going to run back to our dorm and skip the free time. That'll get us to day 46. We have absolutely nothing to do. Just double check that your health isn't getting too low if you're doing the cleaning every day and that you have the Monokuma, and continue cleaning. That is my bad. You don't have to go meet with someone. You can spend time alone. I apologize for that. It's just a habit from doing it so many times. Day 47, nothing is any different. Again, double check that your Monokuma is made. If it's not, focus on that. Otherwise, make sure everyone is cleaning. Hey, level ups. Spend some time alone. Hey, I remembered it this time. That'll bring us to day 48. Day 48 is the last day you can use your consumables. So if you have any stat ups you still need to use, feel free to use them, because once you start work today, you can't. And it's also the final day to gather materials for your Monokuma. Again, the consumables can't be used tomorrow, so you have to use them today, but you can make the Monokuma tomorrow after searching today. So prioritize the Monokuma. Make sure you get it done. Make a save if you have to. Otherwise, we're just going to go ahead and clean. We are going to spend time with someone today. So when you get to your dorm, go meet with someone. Again, we're going to make a save here. So on the off chance, because we have 5 free time sessions here, on the off chance you get to the school mode ending, and 1 or 2 or 3 or all 5 of your classmates' endings don't trigger, but you have all 10 hearts with them, that means you have to go back to this save and use the free time to get the trigger happy heart event. Because it doesn't tell you if you've done the trigger happy heart event, and that is required to get the school mode ending. So we made the save here so that you can jump back and have 1 free time session for each person. On the worst case scenario, all 5 of the classmates have 10 hearts, but you didn't get the THHE. You have 5 free time sessions, including this one, before the end of your playthrough, so you can go back and get the trigger happy heart event with each classmate, or whichever one you still need. Once you have that save, though, you can just head back to your dorm. It'll move us to day 49. We're going to turn in our Monokuma, get 200 more coins, get a few more trip tickets, although we don't really need those at this point. Just make sure you have a 1 in the owned column. If you do not, you're going to have to back out and reload another save so that you can attempt to, because we need to make this to trigger the endings. And again, Usami or Usami, I don't know how to pronounce it. We get our 200 coins. And now we just have 4 free time sessions, so we're going to skip hanging out with anyone. Spend some time alone. And then do it again. Spend some time alone. And do it again. This will bring us to day 51, the final scenes trigger again, where we almost get murdered, and then Usami saves us. Again, I don't know how to pronounce that. And then we'll be standing in the gym with the 5 classmates we brought on trips, waiting to talk to us. Again, if one of the 5 or more than one of the 5 is not standing here, you are going to have to reload your day 48 save and figure out why. You can reload saves earlier than that, of course, if something massively screwed up, but that's why we made the day 48 save, because you should have 10 hearts with everyone, because we've been checking regularly, and then you can use those 5 free time sessions to get the THHE with everyone, assuming that is the reason the endings haven't triggered. If there is something catastrophic and you can't get up to 2 of your school mode endings, keep in mind that playthrough 4 only has 3 classmates. So you could add up to 2 more classmates to your 4th playthrough if you really desperately had something go catastrophically wrong and can't find a save to go back to. You can add 2 classmates to your final playthrough and work on them there. Just a heads up. We only have Sakura, Toko, and Yasuhiro left. So if, for example, Taka and Sayaka didn't work, you could, instead of reloading saves, you could just attempt to do them again in our 4th playthrough. But again, we'll be standing in the gym and we'll do the 5 classmates in the order we took them on trips. So we'll do Taka first. Again, you might have to, turn the camera to find everyone. You can see all 5 are here. We got Kiyotaka there, so we're going to interact with him. Once the dialogue pops up, we're going to choose Keep Trying and the World Will Reward You. Once that is done, we'll get his underwear, completing his school mode ending, and then we need to choose yes. Next is Kyoko. Again, we'll skip, and when the dialogue pops up, we're going to choose what you've already lost. And then once it's over, we get her underwear, and we will choose the yes option again. This time we're going to pick Leon. And once his dialogue option pops up, we're going to choose what about singing. And then hit yes after we get his underwear. We'll move on to Mondo, who was over to our left there. For his dialogue option, we're going to choose you're going to become a carpenter, right? We'll get his underwear, which is fitting. And then choose yes, and now we just need to get Sayaka's ending. When her dialogue option shows up, we need to choose I feel the same way. And with that done, we get her underwear, and that is the end of our third school mode playthrough. And the last full school mode playthrough, assuming everything worked out well for you. It is very important you know where this save is, because we're going to be doing something else and making a save somewhere else, and we'll need to come back to this. So remember where you make this save. If you've gotten all 5 school mode endings, you can overwrite the day 48 one. Just to be safe, we're going to make it in a different save slot here. Write down the save slot, whatever you need to do to remember where this save is. It'll be important when we start our next part. That's going to be the end of this portion of the 0 to 1000 achievement hunting series for Danganronpa. We have one more school mode playthrough and probably just one more part to our walkthrough. I'll probably record everything in one final 2 or 3 hour long session. I'm not sure how long it'll take. Probably around 2 hours. I wouldn't imagine it's going to take any longer than that, but we'll see. The white noise lines take about a half an hour to grind out from 0. So depending on how quickly everything else goes, 2 hours is a good bet, but I'm not going to say it can't go longer than that. So that's basically it. Our final school mode playthrough is going to be much easier than our previous ones because we don't need to do all the Monokumas. We only have 3 classmates left, so the majority, over half, or almost half, of the free time sessions we can just skip. It's going to be much simpler. So we're in the home stretch now. If you have any questions or comments for me, as always, reach out to me and I'll do my best to answer them. But if not, I will see you guys in the final part of our achievement walkthrough.